Sorry, that's so rude. I'm so sorry. Hello? It's for you.
Hello?
What's your least favorite scary movie, Zach?
Not this one, but it's definitely down there.
I've got.
That's actually not true at all. It's fine.
I'm gonna hang up
Yeah,
my
hang
phone,
up, hang up for me. Thanks.
and then I'll take yours. Thank you. And scene. We've done it. Hello, welcome. We are talking about Scream 6, and I think just the record needs to. We just need to put it on the record. Zach, how many Scream movies have you seen?
I have seen the original and then the one that came out last year,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
The one that, this is the direct sequel to that one.
Yes.
So you knew those characters.
I knew that, as they call them, the core four in the movie itself.
Yeah.
But I should also state, I love horror movies. There's like 3 slashers that I enjoy. It grades me sometimes.
Yeah, it's like this, Halloween.
I like Halloween. I like X. I like Barbarian. I like those are the recent ones I can think of. But Jaws is a slasher. The Thing, I guess, is sort of
Let's
a slasher.
unpack that later. Who made this movie, Zach?
I
know their names.
I don't know their names. I don't know off the top of my head. I bet you do.
I've got them right here.
Oh, perfect.
There's always one that I have to really look at to pronounce, but it's Matt Bettinelli Open and Tyler Gillette. They are the Radio Silence guys.
And Ready or Not.
Yeah.
I freaking love Ready or Not.
Ready or Not's great. They did a lot of VHS stuff from the old VHS movies. And it stars a huge cast.
A lot of people.
We got Courtney Cox. She's just the top. She's not the main character, just to clarify.
She's top billing?
Mm-hmm.
No way.
Yeah.
She's in this for like 10 minutes.
At least on this one.
Huh.
Man, Michael's going to hate this episode. Melissa Barrera, Jenna Ortega, Jasmine Savoy Brown, Mason Gooding, Dermot Mulroney, or is it Dylan McDermott? Sequel to the requel. They're in New York. They're in college. Ghostface is back. Maybe he's hung up on some old ghost faces.
Is there multiple of them?
Maybe there's multiple. Things are pretty violent. And that's really about it. If you've seen a Scream movie, you kind of know what you're in for. Zach,
A lot of stabbings.
you did not like this movie.
It's mainly because it's so the slashers that I do enjoy is they usually make one really stupid mistake and then the rest of the movie is because of that stupid mistake. Like in Barbarian, once she goes down the steps, then everything happens.
Yeah.
Because she's already down there.
Fair.
These movies are like non-stop stupid people. Like it's like the scene in Scary Movie. I don't remember the actress's name, but she's screaming at the screen. That's me this whole time.
Yeah,
but I'm not having fun doing it.
But the thing is Scary Movie is what Scream was, but like more comedic.
And I understand that.
And so,
and then I love the original Scream because it was making fun of those tropes. And this just feels like it's being those tropes to me.
I think I like this better than the last one.
I didn't.
I think I do think it's Nev Campbell not being in there it's a bummer.
It's weird.
Also, Dewey's not there anymore because he is dead. All in all, though, like I was worried that how are they going to carry on with just Gale as like your only legacy character, and they do a pretty solid job. But I do see where if you had only seen the first one, the last one, and this one, you would be very lost and not enjoy this at all.
Well, it's not that I was lost.
I don't know if this is going to blow your mind. They drop a lot of like franchise knowledge. So
They do.
all of the Scream movies, they were like heavily on like, well, the first one, the first Halloween movie. And then, like, okay, the second one, well, now we're looking at sequels. The third one, how do you wrap up a trilogy? Fourth one, reboots. Fifth one, we're bringing back legacy characters. How does that work? What does that look like in other franchises? And this one...
It sounds so grating to me.
And this one... maybe it's just I love just.
I mean,
nerdy,
I know I'm in the mind. These movies make so much money.
Zach, I love nerdy horror rules.
I understand.
And in this one, it's like, hey, now we're a franchise, so they can throw all of this stuff away. That's like we're only referencing things like there are references to Jason and Texas Chainsaw Massacre and things like that. But they can say, hey, you know what? Now we have enough lore, we have enough backstory that now we are commenting on how big our franchise is, and I really like that. And I love that they do it so this is like the sequel to this last revival, and they pretty much, not beat for beat, but the ending is pretty much, and like kind of the motivations and the twists are the motivations and twists of, minor spoilers if you've seen the second Scream and you love it, but if you have, you've probably already seen this movie, but it is the ending of Scream 2 a little bit. These movies, and especially this one, does a better job at what I think they wanted to do with the Halloween movies.
I would agree with that.
The new round of Halloween movies.
I definitely agree with that.
Because you're also now taking this idea of like trauma and how do you live through this and what's the impact it's going to have on your life. And then you thought that like the first Halloween was going to do that, and then there was going to be a whole trilogy of that. And they're like, now what if we just like murdered people pretty brutally? And when this has that, it's pretty violent.
It's very violent, yes.
Is there anything you liked about it though?
The bodega scene was awesome.
Yes.
And the subway scene.
Those are the two.
Those are very cool.
Yeah.
And then everything else, I'm like, what? Yeah, I don't know. And I understand it's just my personal problems with the tropes of these genres because I was waiting on someone outside of the bathroom. That sounds creepy out of context.
What? To murder them?
I was holding popcorn while someone went to the restroom, and I overheard literally every single person say how much they love this movie. And so maybe I'm a grumpy person now.
They do this thing where they drop the masks of other killers.
Yeah, that made no sense.
And Zach, and I'm sure Zach's just like...
Yeah, I was like, I don't care.
Like, legit, I'm sitting in the theater thinking, man, Zach's got to be so lost right now. They show a board of all the killers at one point.
There's like 5 minutes dedicated to just showing old masks.
And they like poke fun at like fan theories of like, is Stu Macher still alive? And I'm like, I don't know if Zach knows that. Like,
yeah, I understand that I made a stupid decision by not watching any of these.
The way that the opening kind of unfolds, and the way that they kind of
it was interesting.
You think they're showing you their hand, and then you're spending the next like 10 minutes like, okay, well, I guess we know who the killer is now.
Right, and then it's like,
nope. No, yeah. So they're like really great. Scenes and sequences like that, the bodega.
But it was very cool.
Ghostface using a gun. I mean, like that's terrifying.
It's just immediately like ultra violent. Like you think the Ghostface is gonna run away, but he's like, nope, I'm gonna murder everyone in here and you.
Yep.
I'm like, oh,
yeah. And then
I'm invested.
And then of course like the subway scene, which you see briefly in the trailer, but it really is
very cool.
It's the way that they've set it up and they've kind of concealed what's going on in the trailers is really cool too. How many old bloody knives just hanging around in an old theater?
It's still goopy too. It's like 20 years old.
Just like clean that thing, man. Like you got like 10 of those things sitting around there. They just got blood on all of them. So how many like old like 30-year-old bloody knives do you think would you get? It would have rusted by now, right?
It would have rusted. I mean, I wonder if it would be like black almost, like with really old dried blood. Five really old bloody knives out of 10. But I understand, like, it's my own fault because I don't get into the lore of these 20-year-old movies, and I just wanted to see a horror movie, and it's not meant for that.
I think I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. Wow. Old goopy blood knives, This is, what this is to me? If the last one was Force Awakens, this really is our Last Jedi, I think.
Because it's going to be polarizing, you think?
No.
Okay.
I think people are going to love this movie. Or I think people who love Scream are going to love this movie.
Got it.
I don't know. It kind of like subverts and does something different when you think it's going to do this.
Especially in the opening.
Yeah, so I think, we're looking at a real Last Jedi, but we won't have to hear about it on the internet forever, so...
Probably not.
I'm just psyched, too. Michael should give us a little props. We didn't spoil this movie, I
don't think so.
I like maybe surface level, but again, if you have seen Scream 2 and you love Scream 2, you've already seen this movie, so... Un esercito di prodi